Good evening, y'all. It was about 6 o'clock in the morning, and in his little house in a little village in Mexico, Mario was asleep. He was still asleep at 7, at 8, at 9, at 10 o'clock. Most of the days, Mario woke up at about 11. Then his wife usually went shopping to buy tortillas and coffee for his breakfast. Mario was a lucky man. Pedro was the shopkeeper. He was a very good friend, and he never asked him to pay for his food. But one morning, Pedro woke up feeling angry. "I get up at 5 every morning to work," he said to himself. "But Mario lies in bed all morning and does nothing. He doesn't work, and I give him free food." "That's enough. If he wants any more food, he'll have to do work for me." Later that morning, Mario's wife walked into the shop at the usual time. "Tell your husband that I can't give him food anymore for free." Pedro said, "I'm making an extra room on the side of my house. If he helps me carry some large rocks from the quarry, then you can have more food." "Oh no," said Mario when he heard Pedro's words. "The rocks are way too heavy for me to move. How many times must I say, if God wants to give me, he'll give me. And if he gives me, he'll push me through the window. Please, no more talk about work." "What about a nice cup of fresh coffee?" After that, he put on his clothes and left the house. Later that morning, Mario was walking up the hill happily watching the clouds in the sky. Suddenly, he heard a shout behind him. "Whoa, whoa there, turn around." He saw that a horse was galloping nearer and nearer. A man was riding the horse and shouting, but the horse wouldn't stop. "Whoa," the rider shouted again, but the horse didn't go any slower. Now the horse was right in front of Mario. He jumped at it, took the horse's reins in his hand, and made it stop. The rider was an old man with long white hair. He got down. "You didn't run around all day like other people," he said to Mario, "but you're there when someone needs you. You are very kind," replied Mario. "But to be like this is not hard. I try to sleep well, eat well, and not worry about things." "Well, today you really helped me," said the old man, "and so I want to give you a gift of God." "A gift of God? I don't understand," said Mario. "When God gives a gift to somebody," the old man explained, "only the person that God's gift it to keeps it. Follow me." Mario followed the man, and they went up the hill. There the old man stopped and showed him a large rock. Under that rock," he said, "there are some leaves. Under the leaves are some chests. In the chest you'll find the gift of God waiting for you." Mario went over to the rock, knelt by it, and took his hands. He moved it easily, then moved the leaves, and saw 6 chests made of wood. Slowly he opened one of the chests. Inside of it there was hundreds of silver coins. He opened the second chest, and a third chest. All 6 chests were full of silver coins. Mario turned to thank the old man, but strangely he wasn't there anymore. Mario picked up some of the coins and put them in his pocket. Then he closed the 6 chests, put the leaves over them again, pulled back the rock. Now, after all that work, he felt tired, but he sat under the tree and went to sleep, and when Mario woke up, he was hungry. He remembered something about a horse and an old man and some silver. Did it really happen to me, or was I dreaming? He said to himself. But then he remembered something more important: lunch. He started walking quickly down the hill of the house. Suddenly he heard a clinking noise. He put his hand in his pocket and found 6 silver coins there. That even Mario's wife went back to the shop. She put the coins in Pedro's hand. My husband sent you these. We need rice, chicken, tortillas, tomatoes, and coffee. Pedro's mouth fell open when he saw the silver coins in his hand. How did you get the money, Mario? Come to our house tomorrow morning at 11, the wife said, and he'll tell you. The next morning, Pedro heard the story. He wasn't really sure if it was true, but Mario, he cried, why didn't you bring all the chests home with you? They were too heavy, Mario explained. I needed horses to carry them, and I have no horses. And my friend, how many times have I told you, if God wants to give you, he'll give you. And when he gives, he'll push you in through the window. I know, Pedro said. I have some horses. I'll come into your house tonight. And we'll go to the place together. My horses will carry all 6 chests, and you'll keep 3 of them and give me the other 3. We'll become rich together. Do you agree? All right, said Mario. He was happy because his wife was cooking a delicious chicken dinner. Pedro went back to the shop, but he began to think, why must I share my silver with Mario? The horses belong to me. Without them, Mario can do nothing, and he won't know what to do with all that money. He'll just eat and sleep as usual. But I always know what to do with money. I will build a larger house. That night at 11 o'clock, Mario was asleep. Husband, said the wife, wake up. It's already 11 o'clock and your friend hasn't come. He's just late, said Mario, and he went back to sleep. And an hour later, y'all, these pages just turn too slow. Come on and turn. And the wife woke the husband up again. It's midnight, and I'm afraid Pedro has changed his mind. Midnight? It's too late to go anywhere. I'm going back to sleep. Mario and his wife fell asleep through the night without waking up again. While Mario was sleeping, Pedro went to the hill with his horses and his men and moved the rocks and looked under the leaves. They found 6 chests. Open them, Pedro said. But when they opened them, there was no silver coins inside, only a lot of dirt and stones. Oh, my friend Mario is laughing at me. He thinks that this is funny, Pedro shouted. Well, I know how to be funny too. He told his men to put the chest on the horses and carry them down the hill and leave them at the dirt and the stones in front of Mario's house. They did this and then they went back home. The next morning when Mario's wife woke up, she couldn't open the door or the window. Husband, wake up, she said. There's something outside our house and we can't open the door or the window. Mario got out of bed and he pushed to do. He couldn't open it, not even a crack. He pushed the window and at last he opened it. Lots of silver and coins came through the crack and fell onto the floor. Husband, the wife said. Pedro did come last night, perhaps, replied Mario, but all the work has made me hungry. What about a nice tortilla? Later that morning, the shopkeeper's mouth fell open for the second time in 2 days. Mario's wife came into the shop and bought some more food and new clothes. She put 20 silver coins down in front of the shopkeeper. What happened yesterday? He waited for you until midnight, she said. I was worried when you didn't come. Then this morning, it all came through the window. But surely you gave us more than half. It wasn't me, Pedro said quickly. Of course it was. Who else could leave all that silver coins outside our house? There was silence. And then Pedro said quickly, your husband always says that if God wants to give, he gives. And that when he gives, he pushes it through the window. I like that one. Y'all be blessed. Don't forget to say your prayers.